Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in that video today, and we're going to be talking about one of the most NBA recent trade rumors, as we're going to be talking about the New York Knicks and Cam Reddish and a potential landing spot for him. As it was reported that the Knicks are seriously trying to move Cam Reddish as soon as possible and are looking for a second-round pick and a player. And there are a lot of teams that are interested in Reddish. I think I've seen the Raptors are interested. The team we will be talking about is the Heat. The Lakers are interested. The teams go on of teams that are interested in Cam Reddish. He's a good player, just has not played a lot this season. Played, a lot of minutes in, the first maybe 10, 15 games or less, 10, 12 games, and then just disappeared from the rotation after that. And I think Cam Reddish is a very talented player, and I think he could deserve to have a good role on another team, and the team we will be talking about is the Miami Heat. I would absolutely love to see Cam Reddish join the Miami Heat roster. They're a roster that is a very underrated, talented roster. They're a team that has Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo and Tyler Herro as their best three players. They have a player in Victor Oladipo who's starting to look like the player that he once was in Indiana, where he was, a possible MVP candidate in the 2017-18 season for Indiana and the 18-19 season before he, tore his ACL. So you have that man in Victor Oladipo who is really, really starting to look like the old player he once was. So you have Oladipo. You have a lot of other surrounding players with them. You have Caleb Martin, who is a terrific player and has been playing great basketball this season. And the list goes on of talented players for this Miami Heat roster. Max Strus, who's been shooting the heck out of the ball this season. He's been balling. Gabe Vincent has stepped up for them this season. There's just a list of good players on this Miami Heat roster goes the list of their roster, just the list of how good their team is and how better it can be is just amazing. And I think the Miami Heat are truly like one or two moves away. Now, I do in this scenario for the Miami Heat, I do have them making two moves in this trade deadline. So the first one, I think you have to trade for Jay Crowder. And I already talked about this in a separate video, posted that yesterday. Go check that out if you want to hear about it. Now, the player we will talk about is Cam Reddish. I think the two perfect moves for this Miami Heat team is Cam Reddish and Jay Crowder. It changes their destiny as a team. I think that's what they need. And I can see them possibly being active in the buyout market as well. Now, I talked about Jay Crowder returning to the Miami Heat last night, and let's talk about Cam Reddish. I think he would be very big for this Miami Heat bench. An already stacked bench with Tyler Herro coming off the wall. Actually, I don't think Tyler Herro is going to be coming off the bench. I think he's going to be starting. So, it depends on when Max Strus is. Just depends who's starting. So, if Herro's starting, you have Strus off the bench. You have Oladipo. I don't know who's coming off the bench if you trade for Jay Crowder. Either you have Jay Crowder or Caleb Martin coming off the bench. The bench for the Heat is amazing if they make a couple trades. Then you just add Cam Reddish to that stacked bench, averaging 8.5 points in the 10, 12, 15 games he played with the Knicks this season before fully being cut out of their rotation. And I think he could be really huge for this Heat team. Good shooter, good playmaker, good all right defensive player, and I think he could be very, very nice for this Miami Heat basketball squad. So, I think it's going to be very interesting to see what happens with Cam Reddish going forward and seeing where he goes. It's not going to take much to bring him in. Here's the trade I have to send Cam Reddish to the Miami Heat. I have Haywood Highsmith, who is a power forward averaging 4 points per game this season, and a 2026 second-round pick going to New York for Cam Reddish, and that would get a deal done. So that's really it, and I think that this would be a great trade for the Miami Heat, and we'll see what happens. That's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts on the trade idea, and peace out.